A few days ago, I showed you how I composed the intro music for a documentary about doping at the Olympics. But this version has been too hard, so I had to compose another version. So we listen to the second version here, and then I show you what I did and how I did it. I heard to all the productions from this company and I heard, okay, they've got two parts. The first part is very soft. They can have a lot of voices talking about this part, and then they've got a second part with more movement, more percussion, more going on. And I had another reference. This was the song Barcelona by Freddie Mercury. And at this song, you've got two elements. We've got more elements, but two elements I use here. The first one are the bells. I wanted to have a lower sound, so I use two patches here. These are the crotales by Aeon by Diversity. I turn this down one octave, and then here is another patch. But this sound was too close to me, so I show you the original. Now I add Altiverb with the forest. Next, Altiverb again, but the cistern. It was still too close, so I added the simpler with the low pass filter. And next, we've got the strings here. This is the patch, Abstract by Slate and Ash, and this is the library Cycles. A lot of great sounds. Then I added the viola. Two patches, Spitfire Symphonic Strings by Spitfire Audio and Albion Tantra by Spitfire Audio. And we've got the viola by LA Scoring Strings. And here we've got two movements. We've got one semitone up, one semitone down, and again. And now we've got the opposite. We've got the cello, and this one is playing the semitone down and up, down and up. So now we can see both. You can see this one is going up and this one is going down. And now comes a funny thing, because I go to the grandeur piano and I play you now the two different keys. And now I add the bass note of the song, it's E. I guess it's not as much spooky as I played it here with the strings. Let's listen to the bass. These are the Iceni strings by Albion by Spitfire Audio. And then I add this bass by Audio Oli. And then I add a very special guitar. So this is a sound coming from Omnisphere, a patch programmed by the great, the unfinished alias Matt Boulder. This is without the effects. And now I add a little bit decapitator, a little bit saturation. Then I add the Pultec EQ for more high frequencies. And then the little altar boy, I add the octave just a little bit in the mix. And very important, now I choose guitar rig, and here I add the psych delay and added the reverse. I go to the second element of the song Barcelona. The first has been the bell, and the other one is the chords. So we've got E major and then E major with a D at the bass. So I thought, okay, it's very interesting. We've got the very simple bass movement. So let's choose not E major, but E minor. But the second part doesn't sound very well, so I've played this. And now I'll show you my first piano sketch. Let's start with the bass and the second part. Here we've got the strings low by Albion Iceni. And then I add this sub bass. Now it doubles the tempo. And now we go further to the upper strings here. We start very simple, just the E and one octave lower. And we've got two different pitches. We've got the spiccato by LB1. I love this spiccato. And you can see here I moved this fader near to close. And the second one are the Pacific Ensemble Sims, the viola. And now we've got the middle one. So at first I just played the E and then I played this second part. So you can improvise very easy because you just have to play one key. And then we go to the next part here. Again, we've got two different patches. LB1 spiccato. And the first violin again, specific ensemble strings by performance samples. Let's talk about the processing here. These are specific strings without the processing. Then I reduce the low frequencies and some mud here. And then I added fresh air. This is a cool free plugin by Slate Digital. And all strings together. And you can see here I wanted to have getting more dramatic because it's always getting higher and higher. And I use the Monster Brass von Cinebrass by Cinesamples. But I wanted to have a more harsher sound, so I added a little bit distortion by Disc Codefire from Arturia. And at last, the Filter Mini by Arturia 2. Let's get to the melody. These are the Junk XL brass, the full brass Marcato short. But at this part, bam, 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 the Marcato was going bam, and then it went down with the volume. But I wanted to have assistant notes, so I added the Junk XL brass, but not the Marcato, the sustain. Again with other sustain. And width. And later I add strings to this. We've got the trailer strings by Musical Sampling. And again, the Pacific Ensemble strings by Performance Samples. And for getting more dramatic tension, you can see I added the octaves, but down, because more octaves higher, well, it wouldn't work. And then here you see both strings are going to this bass, and I've got a little bit automation. Here we start at the value from 0 dB, and then we've got the value 3 dB, just a little bit for going higher, higher and getting more dramatic. And at last we start with the percussion. So we start with the tubes. Coming from Damage 2 by Heaviosity. And this is without the processing. So I wanted to add a little bit more bass. This is our bass. Next, a little bit more bass with the Studer A800 tape machine by UAD. And then I use the track spacer, because sometimes we've got low hits from here. And I want, when the low hits are coming, that they get enough space. So here I use the track spacer at the tubes, then it reduces the low frequencies. Let's add more instruments. Some accents, and now let's get some These are the ensemble metals by Helvicity, a great library. And now here is a loop. I don't know where it's coming from. And with other penman. And I wanted to move it straight to the left, to the right, and to the center. And now we go to the drums. This drum is coming from damage 1, and it didn't have enough impact, so here I added the envelope shaper. So that you can hear the difference better, let's do some other top settings. Then I've added a next snare. So this one adds more room and more dirt. And at the end, we've got another snare. And we've got a dirty snare. Dirty, but now let's add some Valhalla shimmer. And we listen to all percussion now. When you like this video, please give me a thumb up, would make me very, very happy. And you can support me at YouTube or Ko-fi.com. The link is in the description. When you get some more questions or suggestions, just leave a comment, and at the video at the left top, you can listen how I composed the hard version of the intro. See you the next time. Bye!